All right, so the big news is here. Titleist has just dropped their brand new T-Series irons, and let me tell you, the buzz is absolutely real. So we're going to dive deep into a fantastic review and break down everything you need to know. Ready? Let's get into it.
Okay, so you've got 4 brand new models to choose from, and that of course brings up the biggest question, right? The one every single one of us asks when we're looking at new clubs. Which one is actually right for my game? Well, that is exactly what we are here to figure out. So let's meet the family. You've got the T100, the T150, the T200, and the T350. Now, Titleist isn't just throwing these out there. They're making a pretty big promise, saying it all comes down to 4 key things. You've got performance, precision, feel, and of course, those absolutely classic Titleist looks.
Okay, let's start where it all begins for us golfers, right? That moment you stand over the ball. What do you see? What do you feel? Before you even take it back. It's all about those crucial first impressions.
And wow, right off the bat, there's no mistaking these. They scream Titleist. They've all got that super clean, classic chrome look. Now, if you look a little closer, you'll notice the T200 and T350 have a bit more of that shiny chrome on the back. The T100 and T150, they're a little more understated with a satin finish. But make no mistake, they all look like they belong together, a real family resemblance.
This is where you can really see how the family progresses. At one end of the spectrum, you've got the T100. Look at that top line. It's razor thin, and it has the least amount of offset. You know, how much the face is set back from the hosel. Then you jump all the way to the other end, and you've got the T350. It's the chunkiest of the bunch with the most offset to give you a little more help. And as you'd expect, the T150 and T200 fit perfectly in the middle, getting just a little thicker as you go up.
So what about feel? Well, the T100 feels exactly like you'd hope. The review called it super solid, very crisp. No surprises there. But here's the really interesting part. As you move into the T150 and even the T200, it's actually kind of hard to feel a huge difference. And trust me, that is a very good thing. It means you're not giving up that incredible, solid, forged-like feel just to get a bit more help.
All right, now for the main event. This is really the heart of it. We know how they look, we know how they feel, but who are they actually for? Let's dive in and match a player to each one of these irons.
First up, the T100. Let's be clear, this is the tour iron, period. There's a reason it's the most played iron out on tour. It's all about precision. It's about feedback. The lofts are what you'd call truer or more traditional. They're not jacked up for distance. This club is for the player who wants to be a surgeon out there, controlling every single shot.
Okay, so what about the T150? The best way to think about it is as the faster tour iron. It's like a T100 that spent all winter in the gym. You get that same incredible tour look and feel, but the lofts are cranked 2 degrees stronger. This is perfect for the golfer who looks at the T100 and thinks, I love everything about this, I just wish it had a little more pop.
And now the T200. This one is probably best described as a tour-inspired distance iron. This is where a beautiful, sleek player shape gets a serious injection of modern tech. It's really designed for the everyday club golfer, the person who loves a great-looking club, but, let's be honest, needs that extra distance and forgiveness. It's just a fantastic blend of both worlds.
And the reviewer? Well, he didn't hold back on this one. He called it the sweet spot of the entire lineup. And you can see why, right? The idea is that this is the iron that's going to hit home for the largest number of us amateur players, because it just nails that balance between looks, feel, distance, and a little bit of help.
And last but not least, we've got the T350. And this club is not shy about what it is. It's the unashamedly distance iron. It makes no apologies. It's designed to go high, to be super forgiving, and to go long. This is the powerhouse, the game improvement engine of the T-Series family, built to help you launch it and maximize every yard you can get.
So let's just recap real quick. It's a really clear progression. T100, that's your precision scalpel. T150, that's the scalpel with the turbocharger. T200, that's the sweet spot, the perfect balance for most of us. And the T350, that is your forgiveness and distance machine. See, every club knows exactly what its job is.
Okay, so they look good, and they all have a clear purpose. But do they actually work? What do the numbers say? Let's get into the data and see if the performance really matches the hype.
So what did the data show? Well, the big takeaway was no surprises. And believe me, when it comes to golf clubs, no surprises is fantastic news. It means they do exactly what they say on the box. They perform just like Titleist engineered them to, and exactly how you'd expect them to based on their design.
So, in other words, the numbers back up the story.
The distance goes up nice and predictably from one model to the next. And this is huge. All of them, even the strong lofted ones, hit the ball high enough to stop it on the green. So you're not just hitting these low, hot runners. And yeah, the performance is just classic Titleist. Super tight, super consistent. It even makes you think about blending a set, which is a really cool option.
Okay, time to wrap this all up. Let's get to the final verdict. We've seen the looks, we've met the players, we've checked the numbers. So what's the bottom line here?
Now, this is probably the question many of you are asking, especially if you already have Titleist irons. Should you upgrade? And the honest answer is, this isn't some massive, game-changing leap. The review put it perfectly. It's a refining of a product that is already solid and good. Think evolution, not revolution. So if your clubs are a few years old, yeah, this is a fantastic upgrade. If you have the last model, it's going to be a bit more subtle.
So, the million-dollar question. After hitting all of them, which one ended up in the bag? The reviewer's pick was the T200. Yep, he came right back to that idea of it being the sweet spot. That perfect mix of a great look, that awesome feel, and real-world usable distance. It was the one for his game, and he's betting it's the one for most club golfers out there.
And really, that's the perfect way to end this, because what this all shows is that it's not about finding the best iron in the lineup. It's about finding the best iron for you. Titleist has given us 4 incredible, really logical options. The only thing left to do now is to figure out which one answers the call for your game.